Hello, my love bugs. So it's Antoinette. Today's video is inspired by the impact of Atlanta, and I'm choosing two ladies specifically from the show, and they happen to be my two favorites. So Ari Fletcher, aka Ari The Don, and Jada Cheaves. Hopefully I'm saying it right, aka Jada Wayda. Now, before this show, I literally had no clue who they were, just because, as I've said before, I'm not super big on social media. I normally don't have the time, but I'm trying to find the time because, number one, it is an integral part of how business is done these days. So, and on top of that, I always said that I was going to do it years and years and years ago. Just never really did it. So here we go. I want to talk about the little whatever they got going on between them. It's some little kind of weirdness, right? The season started off with tension between the two. And then as the seasons progressed, you have them having different conversations. They had a little sit down and a one-on-one. They used to live in the same building. They were real cool at one point, and their sons played together and was really, really, really close. And somehow, like I said, that just kind of fizzled out and faded off. So as the show just kind of goes on, it comes out a little bit where, Jada's having the conversation with Ari and a group of their friends, and she's like, her issue, I guess, was social media and how social media kept comparing the two of them and pitting them against each other and all that other stuff. And she's like, yo, why y'all keep comparing me to her? You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I think that caused a little bit of frustration for her. And Ari, on the other hand, is like, yo, for me, I could care less about social media. That don't move me. I'm going off of when we're together and the energy when we're in person, and that's where it's weird for me. So two different ends of the spectrum and issues for these ladies. I think, like I said, Ari could care less about the social media side. She's even said, you don't even know these people could be bots for all you know. And that's my philosophy. You don't know who is behind the keyboard. And 9 times out of 10, the people talking behind the keyboard, they'll never say the same things to your face. So you got to have thick skin when you are in the business that they are in. Actually, I don't care what business you're in. I don't care if you aren't into social media. You have to have thick skin. You cannot care what people think and say about you, especially social media. They are two totally different women, two different ends of the spectrum, and that is totally fine because not everybody's going to be the same. And I like them both for different reasons. I like the fact that they both are about their business, they're about their children. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And I like to see young women just really, really doing a damn thing. That right there, listen, that's everything for me. And I'm super proud of them, sister to sister, to see and hear, where they say they came from and to where they're going and where they are and what they're trying to do. Listen, I'm here for it. So, like I said, I rock with them both. Now, starting with Jada, the issue I have is I feel like Jada needs to start to become more secure within her own self and within her own skin. And you gotta stop thinking about and caring about what social media got to say, because one minute they're gonna love you and the next minute they're not. One minute you're going to be the queen of everything and the next minute you're not. And you gotta be okay with that, because then the next minute while you're not, in 5 more minutes you will be again. So it's so fickle that you can't allow your emotions to be led by social media, because you're gonna go crazy and you're gonna be all over the place. And you definitely can't allow that to interfere in your relationships. The problem we have with women, whether it's social media, whether it's people that really for real in real life, the problem is some women have a problem when other great women are around. They start to feel intimidated and they start to feel like their light is being dimmed because another woman walks in and her light is shining bright. And you can't feel that way because everybody is different. And when you become secure within yourself, I promise you, nobody's light, you ain't gonna give a care how bright nobody else's light is, because your bulb is popping. You have to get on that wavelength. And I think for Jada is still at a point where she cares a lot about what social media thinks. She really gets moved and led a lot and validated by what social media thinks. I think it was a bit of an eye-opener for her, and it was a harsh thing when she got on the show. I think she thought maybe, you know, because she had this following on social media, I feel like once she got on the show, she thought that really everybody was going to gravitate to her and love her and only her, right? Or at least love her the most. And I know that may sound crazy and I may be explaining it wrong. And I don't want to speak for anybody because, again, I don't know Jada personally. And like I said, prior to the Impact, which I just started watching like 3 months ago, I didn't know who she was at all. So I don't want to put words in her mouth. I don't want to put emotions in her body and feelings in her brain. I don't want to do that. From what I am seeing from the outside looking in, this is the impression that I am getting. That's her validation. And I think going into the show, the world really took to Ari. And I think that was hard for Jada. I feel like it was hard in the sense where it was intimidating. And it's not that intimidation like, oh, I'm scared of, you know, her, she gonna beat me up. Not that, but it's an intimidation like my light is dimmed. And sometimes we won't admit that as women because sometimes we really don't even know that that's what's happening. But when you can start to step outside yourself and really, really think about it and analyze the situation, and you can sit down and say, damn, maybe that really might be it. Then you can start working on the pieces of you that allow other people and social media to dictate how you feel and to validate your emotions. You can figure out ways where you become the validator of your feelings and your emotions. You become that person where no matter who walks in the room, you still shine and bright. I think in this situation, I think Jada wasn't really able to be herself and to, you know, show the true side of her. And I think that's mainly because, again, I think once the world started taking to Ari, I think Jada allowed it to kind of shape and mold how she moved from there. So I really don't think we really got to see the real Jada. She hated the fact that she was labeled a victim. She hated the fact, I guess she said, why I gotta be the enemy? So I guess, you know, that's what was coming back, getting a lot of backlash. So I think, like I said, it was hard. I feel like the audience kind of favored, you know, Ari, and I think that was hard for Jada. When it comes to Ari, one thing about her is, and she reminds me of myself, but she gonna tell you like it is. You either like it or you don't. She's flashy, but not in a, I think I'm all of that and you're not kind of way, but she's flashy and out there in a way where it's like, yo, I know I'm the shit, but you are too. And that's how that's what I stand for. When it comes to women, I am that woman where, yes, absolutely, positively, I feel like I'm all of that, right? But not to the point where I feel like you're not. I want every woman to feel like they are the shit. Every day you wake up, I want you to feel how great you are. Every day you wake up, I want you to recognize what's important to you, what values and morals you have, what makes you stand out and what makes you special. Because what makes one woman special don't make the other woman special. The special aspects of Ari have nothing to do with the special aspects of Jada. They are very different. Jada is more toned down, and that's what makes her her. You know what I'm saying? Ari, she's more out there and she talks, you know, loud sometimes, but she gonna tell you how she feel. She's jokey, she's playful. Jada, jokey, playful, and that could be why they befriended each other. So, you know, again, you got to be secure within yourself, and I feel like Ari has reached that level of security where this other stuff doesn't bother her. You know what I'm saying? She might be a little more familiar or used to social media having something to say, because a lot of what I heard was people would say things like, yeah, Ari got a bad rap, you know, on social media. So to get to see her on the show, it was nice to see a different side of her. It changed the perception. So they might have changed roles. It might have been on social media, Jada might have been the one that, you know, the fans favorited. And then Ari was not. Ari was public enemy number one for whatever the reasons may be. Because, you know, as a woman, when you real out there with your mouth and you say what you feel, you mean what you say, you know what I'm saying? You know what you want. You ain't got no problems telling, you know, anybody about it. And the soft pieces of you aren't really seen by the general public. They're seen, you know, by your man behind and closed doors, by maybe your close friends. But to the general public, they don't get to see that. So they build this impression of you of who they think you are. And then when they got on the show and you got to see a little bit more of them, I think Ari became the fan favorite and Jada wasn't. But like I said, I think it was merely because Jada didn't really express herself fully, because I think she allowed social media and how people felt about Ari. I think she allowed that to, again, shape and mold how she moved on this particular platform. But I also feel like Ari may have reached that level of maturity, because now I don't know what either one of them have ever really gone through in their own personal life besides what they talked about on the show. Ari expressed that she lost her brother, and I know sometimes when you go through traumatic experiences, it grows you up fast, it matures you fast, and it stops you from really caring about the small shit. You don't care when you've experienced something so massive. You realize that the small stuff don't matter no more. So that could also be why Ari's at a point where she's like, yo, I could care less about social media, and it works for her. You know what I'm saying? So what I wish for both of these ladies is that they can come to a place where, you know, they can rebuild whatever form of a friendship they had. They may not have been besties, but build whatever it was that you had, because as women, powerful women, you can get so much done together. And I'd like to see that collab done. I know they were saying stuff like, or I don't think Ari said it, but Jada really said it. She was like, we don't really go to each other's functions, because I forgot what her reasons was, but she gave a reason, and when she was explaining it, it made sense to her. It didn't make sense to me. I didn't like it, because I felt like if you cool with somebody, even if you know, not maybe besties, but if you're cool with somebody and you say we kind of do the same things, we run in the same circles in some cases, so yeah, sis, I got you, I'm gonna support you. What you got going on? You got a red carpet? I'm coming to your red carpet. It might not be about me in that moment, it's about you, it's your time to shine, but I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna stand in the background, and I'm gonna support you. And then when the tables turn, you do the same for me. I think that's sisterhood, and you don't have to be the best of friends to give that. You're close enough in a circle where your kids can go on play dates together, and that's your most prized possession. So if you can trust your kid with her, why can't you trust your heart with her? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'd love to see them get together and get past the petty BS. For Ari, her thing is, and I'm all for it. I'm the same way. I match energy. If you don't like me, you don't rock with me, you got some kind of weird, awkward vibe, I'm not pushing that relationship. I'm not pushing that friendship. I'm gonna match your energy. You don't speak, hey, I don't speak. Maybe it's a little immature, I don't know. But I understand that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not pushing a friendship with nobody who act like they don't want to, you know, be bothered. So I understand Ari's thought process there. Jada didn't go to the reunion. Ari was there, the rest of the cast was there. And I don't know if it's true. I literally heard it from like 1 or 2 sources that she wouldn't be on the season 2 Impact of ATL. Now, if this is the case, what I'm going to say, and this is a direct message, if you ever come across this message, my message to you, sis, Jada specifically, because I rock with you like that. Don't you ever let nothing or nobody, especially bum ass social media, get in the way of your dreams and your goals. I can see your heart, I can see your drive, I can see your business determination, I can see all of that, and I can see that you have an amazing soul and an amazing spirit, and there are going to be so many doors that are going to open up for you. Do not let this petty BS get in the way of what's meant for you. This door for the Impact of ATL, it opened up for a reason. Like I said, social media is great, but it can only take you but so far. But mainstream TV, girl, that is a door opener. I don't know what your reasons were for not showing up to the reunion, but if it was anything that had to do with the pettiness or intimidation of, you know, the feelings of, oh my goodness, you know, they liked her better, or oh, they made me the villain and I'm not here for it. Don't you ever let nobody do that to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're better than that. We can't go back and we can't change turn the hands of time of the reunion. You weren't there. Okay, that's over. But if there's a season 2, sis, I better see you on it. I better see you on it. Don't you let nothing get in the way of your dream. You said you wanted to be an actress. You said you wanted to do all of these things. Your doors are opening. You just got to walk through them. Don't be so quick to close your own doors over some BS. Social media is great because yes, it gets your name out there. It helps you get your business out there, advertising and all that other stuff. But social media really, it can take you but so far. If you're really looking to like do big things, you got to start going mainstream, because the show ended up getting picked up by BET Plus first. So it was on their streaming app. It built exposure. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. There are these negative entities that want nothing more than for you to fail. They want nothing more than for you to feel insecure and intimidated so that you can close off all of the great things that's coming for you. Don't you let that happen. I wish both of you nothing but the best when it comes to your businesses. Listen, I want to see my sisters grow. I want to see my sisters win. Enough with the petty BS. It's not worth it. Let's fix each other's crowns, y'all. Sisters, let's fix each other's crowns and make life great for each other, uplift each other, put each other on a pedestal, because I promise you we can do more together than we can apart. So guys, tell me your thoughts. Any of you that have been watching the Impact of Atlanta, what are your thoughts, about this situation between Jada and Ari? Do you agree? Is it, a little bit of intimidation? And again, what do you think? Just let me know what you think, y'all, because like I said, these are just my opinions. I want to hear from you guys. Like I always say, this is new to me, so tell me what you guys want to hear. Tell me what you want to see. I thank you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.